Let's talk about the reason why Vasil Lomachenko actually cried when he lost to Devin Haney. And it's not what y'all think. It's not what you think. But I'll explain it to you. Let's talk.
Straighter, not a roundhouse right hand.
And that's what we've been talking about. The straight shot is the one where he gets leverage on it.
I don't want to kill
Pull
somebody
back
for
a little bit.
seconds.
Nah, I want a body on my record.
Now, I want to see you fight motherfuckers. I do. All right? I'm with you. I'm with you. As long as you're trying to fight the great, the best competition.
Welcome to the graveyard. Click the link if you dare to. Bury you alive, I'm prepared to. Welcome to the graveyard. You get your sources from clowns, so when you come around, we don't hear you. Welcome to the graveyard. Click the link if you dare to. Bury you alive, I'm prepared to. Welcome to the graveyard. You get your sources from clowns, so when you come around, we don't hear you. Yo, it's the best, fight the best. If you ain't with the moto, just click the link, bitch, and get buried like the rest. It ain't gonna work how you want it. These trolls already tried, too many come but don't leave. So if you hear, you gotta die. I'm spitting straight facts. These bitches crying cause they hate that. The LDBC's the top topic, bitch, hate that. We the ones that bring the truth to these fans. So while you hate, I'ma laugh and keep counting these bands. Welcome to the graveyard. Click the link, get the hands. Bury you alive, I'm prepared to. Welcome to the graveyard. You get your sources from clowns, so when you come around, we don't hear you. Welcome to the graveyard. Click the link if you dare to. Bury you alive, I'm prepared to. Welcome to the graveyard. You get your sources from clowns, so when you come around, we don't hear you.
Welcome to the graveyard.
So Vasil Lomachenko was, and he was robbed, BF. Loma really won, BF. Loma, he really won. He was robbed. Oh, God, I can't believe this. Loma, he deserves it. Oh, my God, he does, God. Lomachenko, the greatest amateur career. He's only got one loss, of which he defended, or which he went back and avenged twice, or about the greatest, two-time gold medalist, and yada yada yada. The greatest athlete, the greatest boxing he's ever learned. Blah blah yada yada. Muhammad Ali, yada yada yada. All that. Something very profound was said. Very profound. Devin Haney, 2018, told my general, 7A Sports TV, my boy, my brother, my homie, he told him, I'll never lose to a white boy. That's what he said. And everybody was all up in arms. Oh, God, he's so racist. He's racist. What is racist? It's racist. It's racist. Oh, God, it's racist. Do you guys know that Vasil Lomachenko has never lost to a black guy? Vasil Lomachenko has never lost to a black guy. In his entire life, he has never lost to a black guy. Never. Till he fought Devin Haney. I was sitting here, and I was pondering about this, and these things was on my mind, like, I don't understand what's going on with this or what's going on with that. Like I couldn't understand why people say what they say. And at the Devin Haney fight, I would expect fans and to have that. I would expect casuals to have that racial connotation. I would expect people on the internet, online and social media to have that racial connotation, racial stance. I would expect that. But it took me a couple of days to actually sit here and let this shit ponder into my mind. I did not expect that from Vasil Lomachenko's team. His actual team. I did not expect them to say, the only reason why you believe Devin Haney won is because he's black. Again, I totally understand people online saying it. I totally understand casuals and haters and Lomachenko fans alike. I understand that. But his inner circle, his actual team, that I did not. expect. Because this man fought in the Olympics. He had to fight everybody. He didn't know who he was fighting. Didn't know what race, what nationality. He had no clue. It was, I win, I move on. So he didn't know. In the professionals, of course, the matchmakers can matchmake him to these fights. He keeps continuing on, right? Even after a loss, he loses his first fight or his second fight, whatever, which was a title fight. And then his very next fight, he fights for the exact same title. In his very next, so you lose in your bid for that title. In your very next fight, you fight for the exact same one. Has anybody ever wondered why he never gave Gary Russell a rematch? For years, people were always saying, why won't you wanted undisputed. This is just supposed to be your dream. Well, you had the WBO strap at 126. Gary had the WBC strap at 126. You had already beat Gary. So you rematching Gary Russell would have been to unify the WBO and WBC straps. Why didn't you ever do it? It's not like you're rematching a man for nothing. You're rematching the man that you beat in a unification. Why didn't you do it? Isn't Bob Arum on record talking about, Lomachenko is really a 126-pounder? Has anybody ever thought about if you're fighting in a heavier weight, why? Has anybody ever wondered that? Why? Why didn't you, if you're a naturally 126-pounder, why didn't you become undisputed at 126? Why didn't you? You would have had to fight Gary Russell, unification. Shakur Stevenson, WBO defense. Right? Shakur Stevenson was WBO champion at 126, right? Which means he would have been in line on the same side of the street as you. He would have been your mandatory. Why didn't you just stay there? You were not unified at 126. But there was two black guys that would have been in your way. Gary Russell in a rematch, and then your mandatory in Shakur Stevenson. But you went to 130 and then called for Tank. And the crazy part about that, just is all hindsight. The crazy part about that thought, you called for Tank when Tank didn't have a belt. He was not a champion when you were trying to fight Tank Davis. But you weren't trying to fight Gary Russell, who was a champion. Because you beat him, right? So you don't want the rematch because you beat him? So you weren't trying to fight Gary Russell to unify the strap. But you moved up and called for a fighter who had no belt. Not only did he have no belt, you knew what side of the street he was on. You knew he was on PBC. You knew that. You knew where he was at. You knew he was a Mayweather fighter. You knew that they were grooming this guy. So you wanted to clip his feathers before he had chance for them to grow. So you could put him on your resume like you did Gary Russell and then never give him a rematch again. I understand that people are potentially not thinking about this. I was not thinking about this. But it took that conversation with his team, with Vasyl Lomachenko's team. It took them telling me to my face that the only reason why I picked Devin is because he's black. The only reason why I cheer for Devin is because he's black. That's what they told me to my face. The conversation had nothing to do with race, nationality, nothing. It was simply, hey, we beat you. We beat you. We're giving you a respect. We're saying Lomachenko's a bad boy. He's a bad motherfucker. We're giving you the respect. Why can't you give us the same and say Devin's a bad motherfucker and Devin won? Why can't you give us the respect to that? And Lomachenko's team refused to do it. And then that's when that fucking shim, it said the only reason why that I'm picking Devin Haney, or I believe Devin Haney won, or I picked Devin Haney is because he's black. Out of nowhere, Where did that come from? That is systemic. That's systemic. Nobody was talking about race. No one. That just came out of nowhere, which means they have those conversations when nobody's around. Why? Because Vasyl Lomachenko has never lost to a black guy. That's why. He has never lost to a black guy. Never. Got a loss to Orlando Salido. He is not black. Got a loss to Teofimo Lopez. He is not black. This loss to Devin Haney, this loss, the man is crying. This loss, where is the my shoulder was injured? Where is this? Because Vasyl Lomachenko said that he beat Teofimo Lopez. Vasyl Lomachenko said he's undefeated, as a matter of fact. That's what he said. Vasyl Lomachenko said he is in his mind, he's undefeated, which means he beat Orlando Salido and he beat Teofimo Lopez. But where's the protest? How come Lomachenko didn't protest like he's protesting now if he believed he beat Teofimo Lopez? How come he didn't protest to be number one in the WBA, number one in the WBO, number one in the WBC? Why didn't he protest? Number one in the IBF. Why didn't he protest for any of that? He did not. He did not. This is the only loss that hit him. This is the only loss that touched him. This is the only loss that affected him. This is the only loss that has this man in tears. The only one. Why? You're still signed to Bob Arum. The fuck you? Oh man, this is his last shot. Who said his? Where'd y'all get this from? How was this the last shot for Lomachenko? How? You're signed with Bob Arum. He loves you like a child. He says you're better than every fighter that ever existed, not named Muhammad Ali out this bitch. You've been in more title fights than anybody in Top Rank. And you have less fights than all these guys. Motherfucking Keyshawn Davis got damn near as many fights as you, and you have fucking double the amount of title fights. Oh man, his amateur career, amateur career. So what? What the fuck does your amateur career have anything to do with anything? I heard what Floyd said. Oh man, if you got 300 amateur career, amateur fights, you a professional. Okay, well then why the fuck are y'all forcing Guillermo Rigondeaux to go through the rigmarole, and why does he have to fight so many fights before he gets his title fight? That motherfucker had over 400 fucking amateurs, 500 amateurs. What about Luis Ortiz? Why didn't y'all force him straight to a title shot? He had over 400, 500 amateur careers, amateur fucking fights. What the fuck we doing here? Only Vasyl Lomachenko is pushed right to the front of the line? You will get a shot, bro. Another shot, and another shot, and another shot. You will continue to get title fights until you fucking retire, because you are the great white hype. You are a white man who fights like a black man. Let me say that again. You are a white man who fights like a black man for Bob Arum. You are Bob Arum's wet dream. You are Bob Arum's Floyd Mayweather. You are a white man who fights like a black man. Yeah, you fight like you got all the skill sets and all the skills and all stuff of a black fighter without the complexion. So no one's calling you saying, hey, Loma, here's some malt liquor. Hey, how about you fucking eat some chicken and go and jump in there on your lack on 65s and roll out? Yeah, no one's doing that. No one's asking this motherfucker, oh, all right, bro. Okay. Now make sure you stay with your kids. No, because I know before here he was on welfare. I know you have chitlins in the trunk. I know right now, if we pop the trunk on your motherfucking lack sitting on your Cadillac sitting on 45s, I guarantee you if we pop the trunk, there's a fucking bucket of Popeye's chicken in there. Yeah, he don't have those issues. He don't have those. He's not a thug. He has the complexion for the protection, and he fights like a black man. He's Elvis Presley. But he lost to a black man. He lost. And y'all can't take it. You can't take it. You can't take it. It's fucking killing you. That the great white Lomachenko, the man, or the speed, the footwork, the combination, the angles, the matrix, he lost to a black man. It's fucking killing y'all. It's fucking killing y'all. That's the reason why you have these stupid ass pages named Justice for Lomachenko. Because he lost to a black man. Yeah, though none of those pages existed when he lost to Teofimo Lopez. None of those pages existed when he lost to Orlando Salido. But because he lost to a black man, all of a sudden we need justice. Yeah, we need justice. We need justice. We listen, bro, we need Donald Trump and Joe Biden out here to stand up. Stand up for the white man. Stand up for our rights. We need to get our shot back. Because no black man should beat me, says Lomachenko. Now, he didn't say that out of his mouth, but his actions and his team's words says it all. That's why the tears. That's why the pain. That's why the hurt, the anguish. And that's why the fan outrage for him to get a fucking rematch. From the Sambo Coons and majority of these white people. How dare Lomachenko lose to a black man? He didn't lose fair and square. All three judges didn't have it for Devin Haney. He didn't lose. He was robbed. No way. No way can this fucking pearly white man, this sweet baby Jesus looking white man, no way could he lose to that thug with gold teeth. No way. No way. He beat him. How could Bob Arum let this happen? Motherfuckers is Donald Trump. Stop the steal, man. Yeah, listen, Trump won the election. That is Vasil Lomachenko right now. That is Vasil Lomachenko. Trump really won. He really won. When all the proof says the man lost. But y'all will find whatever y'all need to find to make sure that pearly sweet, God-fearing white man gets right back into office. Not to say Sleepy Joe Biden is any fucking better, but I'm just saying this for this analogy for this boxing conversation. Yeah. Got to get this motherfucker. He's got to get his get back. He's got to get back. He's got to fight Devin again. And I pray and hope Devin never fights him again. You will hold on to that loss for the rest of your motherfucking life. You and your racist ass team, you will hold on to that loss for the rest of your motherfucking life. Yeah, that's what you will do. And I will do everything I possibly can, whether I have to call Devin Bill every motherfucking day and plead with them to not give this whole ass nigga a chance. Oh, that's because you don't think he could win. That reverse psychology doesn't work with me. No, keep it a buck. You know he lost. He lost, and you just don't want him to fight again because you know if he fights him again, he'll beat him. That's the reason why. It doesn't work with me. Say whatever you want. That's what you think? Fine. Good. Think that. I don't give a fuck. Hold on to that loss for the rest of your motherfucking life. You lost to a nigga. He beat your fucking ass. In front of your mom, your brothers, your sisters, your whole fucking family. He beat your fucking ass while your kids was watching. That's why you cried. Because a nigga whipped your ass. Yeah, that's why you're in your feelings. That's why. And that's the only reason why. Because if Devin Haney was Devin Andrew and he was just pearly white, they would say, damn, man, Devin Andrew, man, I said that he got next, man. I told you he the bad boy. I told you, man. There's no shame in losing to Devin Andrew because Devin Andrew, he beat Loma. He went to the UK. I mean, he went to Australia and he dominated over here twice. So there's no shame in this. We all know he's good. But because he's a nigga, that's a black man. Therein lies the problem. But I'll call it out. You lost to a black man. And it's killing you. BFTB. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. And I'm out.